Hi, this is Kimberly with Crawford Rustic Creations, and today's playlist is the Recreation Inspiration Open Playlist. Our hosts for this are Lady Red Crafting and Lowly D's Creations. Our guest host for this playlist is Sunflower Tasha DIYs. I will have their channels linked down below in my description box, as well as a link to the playlist so you can see all the YouTube creators who have joined in on recreating something that has inspired them. So I hope that you have fun. Let's go. Now, project number one. Now, this one is inspired by Christina Elizabeth. And I will also have her link down below in the description box. And this is what she has made, and this is what I am going to recreate. So she did a phenomenal job. Me, I'm gonna recreate it again another time. But that's the fun thing about being inspired by recreations. Sometimes you just don't get it the first time, but as creators, we just keep trying. I love hers. I do love mine, but hers is pretty darn stinking cute. Now let's get on and see what I do. So Christina used these houses from Target Dollar Spot. There were three of them in the package. I don't know what I did with my third one. I know I took it out and I was going to do something with it for spring, but I didn't. So who knows where it's at in my stash. But anyways, instead what I did is I went to the garage and I just cut wood the same shape as those houses. The only difference is now is that I will not have chimneys, but that's okay. Now the little houses with the beads, those are from Dollar Tree, and she used these as well. And I'm going to tell you, these are like constructed phenomenal for a Dollar Tree product. So first of all, I started twisting it and seeing if I could pop these off, and I was having life regret that my husband was in bed because I would have asked him to assist me. But instead, I'm like, pliers. Grab some pliers, and I'm going to have to try to just really do my best to hold on to this and twist these off. They not only are they glued on, but after you break it off from the glue, ugh, but just speaking of breaking it off, do you see that right there? I broke it. But thankfully, it broke in a really clean chunk. So I will be able to take that little piece, I set it in there, and it sits perfectly. So it'll just take some wood glue and I'll be able to repair it and paint over it, and you'll never know. For the sake of the video purposes, I didn't have time to wait around for that to set up, the wood glue to set up on that. So I did put that aside. Thankfully, I do have another one of these small houses, so I was able to take those apart to be able to use for this. Do you see this thick? Uh, it's like a rod. This was challenging. So, anyways, we're gonna move on. Okay, so here I have them, and you can tell that one of them doesn't look like the other ones. Anyways, I am going to. Oh, nope, never mind. I was still fighting. It was a process. It was a process. So I'll have two from one set and two from another set. So I'm going to start to paint these eventually. Burgundy, two of them will get painted burgundy, and two of them are going to be painted green. Oh, I'm showing you right there that it created holes, obviously from being on that, and there was glue residue. So I did sand the glue side off. Now, what Christina did is she used ribbon and wrapped it around the side so you wouldn't see the holes. However, when I sanded, I was able to sand down really good that you can only see the holes if you're really looking up close. And these ones are actually going to be for me. I do want to make another set to put in my shop, and when I do that, I will finagle better. When I was looking through my ribbons, I couldn't find a burlap one that I really liked with it or a lace one. I have a stash. I just didn't take the time to super look through, but then I will wrap like hers. I think it had a really kind of pretty look to it. Mine is completely fine the way it is. This did take me three coats to cover these letters because of the letters underneath. Then I'm also going to, well, I'll wait a second here. Um, da-da-da-da. Okay, we'll go ahead and just skip ahead because this is just me painting, painting, painting. Okay, here I'm taking Waverly Antique Wax and I am just going ahead and going over all those houses. So Christina, she had cut out on a Cricut some doors that she placed on these, and so I did cut out some, but for some reason I wasn't liking the look of it, and I'm almost wondering is because I don't know. I picked out a couple of designs and maybe I had just gone a little bit too frou-frou-y. Maybe I should have stayed basic. But hey, like I said, that's part of us for crafting. You get to just play around and see what you like. Da-da-da-da. This was actually so fun. I cannot wait to try this one again. Both projects that I've done for this video, I'm absolutely in love with, and I want to try to do it again to perfect it a little more. Okay, so I have everything painted, and here's where I'm going to break the sad news. Apparently, I did not record me finishing this project, and it breaks my heart. What I ended up doing is I did glue the three um, houses together, the ones that are Waverly Antique Wax, and then I glued the little houses on top, staggering them like this. The wreaths are the little tiny wreaths that you can get at Hobby Lobby, and I actually glued a little tiny bell in between them. The letters are just wood letters I had in my stash that I painted white, and I have these little stars that I just painted gold to be up at the top. I'm just so bummed you didn't get to see that. There was a lot of fun to be had on that one, but it's cute. I do really love it. I do. What do you think? Okay, project number two, and this one is inspired by Linda from Linda's DIY by Design. Fun fact, I actually recreated this last year. I believe this was from a video from 3 years ago. You'll have to look. Oh, it is so stinking cute. So obviously she made it for fall. I actually did make one for fall and then I also created one for Christmas and I did post it on her Facebook page and she liked it. She said that that was a cute idea to make it into a Christmas one. So I had so much fun. I will show you in the video clips of the one I had done, but it I didn't get it all the way completed. So first you're going to start with the base. Now, my husband, absolutely a doll, he made these bases for me. So just some scrap wood at the bottom and then an extra, for support. And then the long, you can use Dollar Tree wood for this. Do you see? And then have a top part. And then this little metal birdhouse. Does that look familiar? That's from Dollar Tree. And putting that extra wood up there at the top, that gives it something for it to sit on. Now I'm digging underneath my desk. I have a tote with some things that I'm working on right now. And I'm going to bring up the other Dollar Tree. It shouldn't take this long. What am I digging for? There's not really anything down there but the things that go with these projects that I'm making tonight. Okay, we can just all watch me. Ta-da! Look there. See, okay. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was looking for one of the houses that was solid that didn't have a hole, just to show you that you could use a solid house or you could use one with a hole because actually it's not going to matter because when we're finished, we're going to take some of the Dollar Tree craft paper and we're going to cover it up in the back so you'll never know. It is just support. So basically, I don't know. You could probably use other I don't know if you could, what other Dollar Tree thing you could use because this has the wood support to it. So I guess I'm just continuing to show you that you can, get a good glimpse if you wanted to try to recreate this. This is what it's going to be support and hold on to. Ready? The fall Dollar Tree envelopes. These are amazing. I bought a few of them last year. I bought a couple more this year. These work so great with this project. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue it right there to the base, and that house in the back, that's going to be the support that'll help stand it up. Does that make sense? Makes sense. Makes sense. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to cut off the so oh no, here it is. I'm showing you. What I did last year is I used scrapbook paper, and this year what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put a wet towel on top of the envelope so that I can scrape it off. I'm just going to paint this year. Oh, it's showing you that I had something up there, but in storage it had fallen down, and I had shown you on the bottom that I didn't ever get to adding any greenery down there. We have so many ideas, if you're anything like me, that we want to get done for Christmas, to decorate, and we just run out of time. It's amazing how fast it goes. And then yet people are like, how come you're making Christmas decor so early? Because you need to make it early so you can enjoy it for this season. I actually have a couple projects that have been on my to-do list that I am set to get done this year and get on video to share with you guys. So anyways, um, like I said, this for this one, I just chose to paint. Oh, here, this is the Dollar Tree wood planks. I think those come in a pack of like six. So we're going to use that because that slides right into the envelope so nicely. What am I doing? What am I showing you? Flipping it up and down all around. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so here it is all done and all prepped to get painted. I'm showing you I'm going to use Waverly Antique Wax. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint around the edges, and if a little bit of it gets on the back, like I said, that doesn't matter just because it will be covered up by the craft paper. Then also, I have marked lines with pencil as to where I'm going to be putting the little Dollar Tree plank inside the envelope so I'll know where to paint, and I'm going to paint that with burgundy. However, I did end up going a little bit over just because once I put it in there, that'll give me options of if I'm going to slant it or put it straight in there. That way I don't have to paint the whole thing burgundy. Okay, I kind of jumped ahead in my thought process. I forgot to mention that I will be showing a little bit of this when it's in the envelope, so I want to make sure that I have a border of the antique Waverly, and then obviously the edges because that will be seen. Also, I do turn it around in the back, and I cover just a small portion because no matter how I have it sitting in the envelope, a little bit of it will be peeking out, and this you will be able to see from, I don't know, wait a minute. You won't be able to see that from behind. Oh well. I just, my thought process sometimes, guys. Anyways, I did it just because. Okay, so here I'm painting burgundy. Now this is such a fun project. Ah, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take some scrapbook paper and I'm going to use this purple glue I've heard so many YouTube creators use. I have never used it. I usually use Beacon Fabric, but this worked out perfectly. So I cut down a square of scrapbook paper a little smaller than the sign so that you can see the border of the antique Waverly wax. Okay, now after I get this on here, which it worked great, I have these cute little song sheets, Christmas song sheets, and I picked the one that's Joy to the World, and it's from a paper pack that I'd gotten off Temu last year. And I'll have to dig through my history or something probably to try to find them again because I'd like to have another one. But so I'm showing you this is the scrapbook paper I used. I believe it came in a big paper pad, Christmas paper pad from Hobby Lobby last year. And so these are the little song sheets that I'd gotten from Timu. So what I did is I cut it a little shorter so that way you could see the contrast of the antique Waverly wax border and the berry scrapbook paper. So now I'm going to tuck it in the envelope. These actually fit really nice and snug, but for some reason I was struggling a little tiny bit there for a second. Anyways, I'm deciding, do I want to have it tilted or do I want it straight up and down? And I do kind of go with the tilt. What I will end up doing is I'll end up taking it out and I'm going to apply, this is the Dollar Tree super glue. I'm going to apply that to the back so that it'll stay in there nice and snug. Okay, here I have a gold star that I had painted and I had, you can see I had already placed it on top of the song sheet. Also, I have a little clothespin right there because that's going to hold on to some of our embellishments. I did put a little bit of glue onto the clothespin where it bites onto the metal from the back. So that way that the clothespin will be attached. Now I'm sitting here looking and making sure my placement is going to be correct, double checking everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the super glue and I'm going to generously apply it all over the back. Do I need to add this much? Probably not. But see, I even add some on the base because I'm like, I am going to make sure this does not go anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to attach it there. Just gingerly paying attention. Then, of course, I thought, wow, the smartest thing I could have done in this very moment is taken some hot glue for the immediate hold and the super glue for the long-term hold. You can't have them mixed together. I'd have to do it in separate areas, but because I had spread that super glue all willy-nilly, there was no going back. So what I'm doing is I'm remembering, wait a minute, I have a couple of these clamps from Dollar Tree, and I'm seeing, does it work? And guess what? It does. It does, just does. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I have one more. These I have not seen in Dollar Tree for a long time, and I know I have a lot of the little clamps. Do you see? It just snugs right there. Anyways, I know I have a lot of the little clamps, and I know we have the big, you know, big clamps in the garage. But having, two more of these little things around is not that bad, I wouldn't think. So I'll put away my glue, and then we're going to let this set and rest before we continue on to do anything else with it. Okay, now we're going to start to embellish. I was very worried that you might not be able to see what I'm doing. But here, first of all, I'm going to show you I added a couple more little gold stars. I attached a pine cone over in the corner. I did end up using antique Waverly wax on the clothespin so that it tied in and matched up. And I have the Christmas tree there. I originally painted it gold, but I did not like that, so I painted it green. And I have the silver bells from Hobby Lobby dangling also from the clothespin. Now, greenery is not my forte. However, I feel like I own all the Hobby Lobby picks that are out there. I have a problem. Anyways, this year and forward, I'm going to be brave. Just use the picks. Just figure it out. Just make your eyes happy. That's what I always hear people say. And just keep practicing until you like what you see. These, like I said, are from Hobby Lobby. And look at me. Look at smart me using that little glue spatula. I'm telling you. I will burn myself here in a couple seconds, but I was trying to remember to do it. Initially, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with these picks. I thought I'd just set a couple here, but actually, what I ended up doing is kind of forming a wreath around the base. I thought that like kind of cool, so that if you saw it from the behind, it was, completed. All right, so now I'm going to add some of these pretty red berries. This is not the usual wire cutters that I use, so I'm struggling here. But I did grab some out and I started placing them around. At first, I wasn't sure, how many I was going to put on, but I'm glad I just kind of just kept playing around with it. I did though, when I was like looking, oh yeah, these are the silver pick. It's a silver pick from Hobby Lobby, and I was like, would that look good with the tin envelope? And then I was like, okay, girl, edit yourself. Don't go crazy. It looks pretty. It looks classy. Just leave it be. And now I'm just gonna let it go finish drying. So I had it in the other room, and once I kept playing with it. I added some pine cones all around it, and that really made it look super cute. So what do you guys think? I love it. I absolutely love how it turned out. But here's the thing with this. This is such a template. This could be used like Linda had used for fall, how I used it for fall and Christmas. You can paint spray paint the envelope, put a Santa letter in there. You can save it for Valentine's Day, put a Valentine's letter in there. There are so many different things to do with this. Have fun, create. Here are the final projects. Thank you so much, Christina Elizabeth. Thank you so much, Linda from Linda's DIY by Design. Mwah! Love you. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know which ones did you like the best. Are there any that you want to recreate? I cannot wait to keep playing and recreating. Mwah. Bye.